Cue the music. Cue the music. I missed you guys. I couldn't go live yesterday, but we're still good. We just got the Cooper versus Ursu card just wrapped up. The Queensberry promotions. It was on DAZN. Let's go. Our long parlay is live. We hit our method of victory prop with Ursu on points. I gave away free game before the card started. We took I'll go over all that in a second. As you're tapping in, excuse me, make sure you like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe. Guys, get into the Discord, boys. It just keeps rolling and rolling. You know, we got one more card tonight. Fingers crossed we get Navarrete to bring us home, but we're already up. If you guys are paying attention, Australia, we hit. Our long parlay from yesterday, moving on today, is still live. We just hit on our method of it. We've already hit 4 tickets. And we got, I think, 4 more live. So we'll get into all of this. Give me a second. However, you could support the cause, whether liking this, if you hit and you took our picks, your support means a lot. So let me know where you're coming in from. You know what? Let's hit that Discord up. It'll be good to go live right after the fights to talk about our Discord. Okay. Share screen. Boom. Okay. This is a little sneak peek, boys. If you're not in the Discord or you've never seen what a Discord looks like, it looks like it's always fun after the fights finish. It's kind of like Christmas. We don't always win. Let me get this out of the way real quick. Okay. So they just read the announcement of the fight. All right, we got some of the boys playing the draw. That didn't happen. 8-2. Taking all the punishment. Lovely. Ursu on points. Okay, this is right where we're in. Cooper looks in great shape. Omar Bradbury, Ursu should win. Perfect. Ursu was styling on him. Ursu looked good, man. You could see in Ursu's style that just rhythm southpaw. When you get a southpaw who fights on their toes and uses timing, it's a joy to watch. In the Discord, I was telling people, I bet you Ursu watches tape on Shakur. So this sneaky parlay we put together in like literally 2 hours ago. So I gave it for free on YouTube. Go to the post section. I put it in the Discord and I posted it on Patreon too. Let's see who hit. Money Meach hit. Boxing Booth, you're welcome. He hit. King Louis hit. The Moldovan monster came through for us. GK. Mom, look at my man GK. This is what we like to see. GK hit wager 135 to win 548. That's what I'm talking about, boy. That's a good weekend right there. Fat guy, little coat, up $300 from this card. Boys, we're archaeologists. We're finding victories. We do it every week. Francis Marshall, 2, need. Z hit. All right. The boys is exciting. Strictly business. All right. And that's catching everybody up in the Discord. I'm going to go to Instagram real quick. Actually, I'm going to go to the book. Let's see what everyone's saying. Okay, Jake points Ursu, we up. Just hit 3 different tickets just now. Good luck on the insider info last night. PJ 100. That's what I like to hear. Ranvar, we up. Yep. I did take Cardenas. I'm an Arturo Cardenas fan. I like the way Cardenas boxes. I like his camp. I like how he's evolving as a fighter. And I like how he handled Cesar Vaca. So I'm a fan. Oh, shit. Big Cat put his house on the Navarrete by knockout. Look, my strategy is always, if I take the dog, and, you know, the longer you're on the channel, you'll know this. Whenever I take plus money, the underdog, Navarrete, I got him at plus 190, I'm just taking the money line because, you know, what if there's a cut and it's a technical decision due to a cut in the 7th and you lose your bet? Oh, look at my guy, GK. Appreciate the super chat. $50 super chat. Shout out to the Swindler. The Swindler says, baby, let's go. Really appreciate it, GK, man. That's awesome. Thank you. Boxing booth, New Zealand in the house. Played a bit of squash. Came back to JSB. Ursu decision. Good boy. Staying fit, staying healthy. Coaches, we're up. Johnny, Ruben Aguiar. He did. Aguiar looked good. Yeah, we missed on that one. Can't win them all. We definitely missed on that one. I picked the dog, and the dogs weren't barking. We're only as bad as our last pick, but we're only as good as our last pick as well. So, you know, it's the rhythm that we play. Statistically, you know, we're definitely somewhere between, I don't know, maybe 80 and 90. Who knows? But yeah, Aguiar did look good. Navarrete, let's go Navarrete. Johnny, did you bet? Yep, I did. Urso was smooth. The chat's popping off. Guys, we're flowing between 40 and 60, only 6 minutes in. Like the video. Join the Discord. Let me know how your bets are. We're going to talk about the card coming up. I'll pull up the odds and all that good stuff. You guys in the Discord and in Patreon and YouTube, you'll have my UFC parlay. Hopefully it's still live. I haven't checked. We have Navarrete on the money line. We have our long parlay that's still live. And then, oh yeah, anybody smashing Abel Ramos? Is anybody taking Abel Ramos? I think it's worth a sprinkle. We'll cover those odds in a second. Wait, is DAZN not showing Navarrete prelims? Let me check it out. I don't know, man. The last few cards I've watched here, I really haven't seen them showing the prelims. I got 2 plays, Tamir. Please tell me it's not dumb. No, does anyone know? My man, Mo's Beast. Appreciate you, boy. Sorry, Barry. I hate when tip your bartender, right? If you guys won money, if you guys are enjoying the show, if you look, my first goal has always been to build the community. So however you can support the community, whether like Mosby or GK who tip, that's amazing as well. If you're finding value, my goal is always what? To find value. The word for 2026 is find value. I told you that on January 1st on the very first live stream. I said that's what my goal was for 2026 is find more value for the team, and that's what we're doing. I'm checking on DAZN right now, and I'm not seeing the prelims. February 28th. No, I don't see it. Gabe Rosado versus Ty Mitchell. Conlon versus Walsh. Yeah, I don't see the prelims, boys. Probably on YouTube, they're saying, so we could check YouTube. Mosby, man, thank you, brother. Definitely sprinkled on Ramos. I mean, let's pull that up. I think it's worth a sprinkle. Let's see what Bet365 is showing. Johnny, what is the super chat thing? I want to send you a little something. My guy, you've been hella good to me. Is that the money? Yeah, it goes to me. It supports the channel. Obviously, Google Analytics, YouTube takes a percentage of it, but it helps me in more ways than one. So if that's how you, it's another opportunity and option to support the channel. Kill Bill is legit. Oh, she took that fight on what, 4 days notice? Did she win? So what are we thinking about these fights? I already put my bets in. I like Navarrete on the money line. I'm thinking about, give me 1 second. I'm leaning distance. I think Abel Ramos is live, guys. I just don't like the odds for Tamir. I think if you would have taken Abel Ramos on the money line 3 days ago, you would have got him at plus 480. I think those odds have gotten a lot closer. Appreciate you, PJ. Elijah Pierce fight. Okay, so thank you for reminding me. This is the Elijah Pierce versus Para, the Pierce first Para fight. Now, I have action on that fight. Let me see, to not go the distance, I think. So we still got. Okay, so Damian Penis beat what? So are UFC tickets live as of now? Damian Penis beat Wes Schultz. So we just need 3 more. We need 3 more for our UFC day. But you guys know the UFC is like it's like Russian roulette, dude. It's so hard to hit the UFC. Boxing's my mainstay. Okay, so Elijah Pierce, Lorenzo Para. I'm hoping for a stoppage either way. I got it at plus 156. If you take the fight to not go the distance, both guys could crack. Both guys, we've seen Das Marinas dropped Elijah Pierce early. He's always in these slugfests, so it's a fun little half unit for me. Prop: will the fight go the distance? No, at plus 156, and then on our long parlay, it was an 8-legger I gave everybody. We need 3 legs to come home. Trini's in a close fight. So the one I'm sweating is Trini. Trini's fighting Guerrero. That fight starts in about an hour. I'm excited for that fight. And then just a couple props. When I took Navarrete on the money line, he was at plus 185. He's at plus 145 now, just to let everybody know. Second round, she's up. You know what? I'm going to just put those fights on. There's no fight. I'm going to just put them on. What is that? What is the UFC on now? Is it Paramount Plus? Or is it? It sucks that we can't stream, that I can't show you the fights. You know what I mean? And like there's some content creators in the boxing space who have like update needed. What's this? They have permission from the streaming platforms, and it just allows them to grow exponentially on their platforms by like, I wish I could stream the DAZN fight on my channel. Okay, open, uninstall, update. My TV's tripping. Download, update. You know you're old when you got to talk yourself through an update. El Vaquero for the win. That's what I'm hoping, boys. Smalls hasn't fought since 2024. Yeah. No, we talked about it. I talked about that. I like Abel's camp. I think, dude, you guys are the one who tried to talk me off the Mario Barrios ledge. I wish I would have listened, but I dug my heels in due to my disdain for Ryan Garcia's failed drug test. But when you rewatch the Abel Ramos draw with Mario, I mean, Abel Ramos could be a world champion, you know? So you definitely could say that Tamir Smalls is fighting a world champion. Now, he's come up short, 6 losses, you know. My whole Figueroa curse started with Abel Ramos, which is kind of a full circle moment. So I did sprinkle Abel on the money line, full transparency. I didn't put that fight on any of the parlays, by the way, but full transparency, I do have Abel on the money line. I got him at plus 480. And if you go all the way back to 2022 when he fought Omar Figueroa, that's when I started not betting on the Figueroa brothers. But we know what happened 2 weeks ago. We reversed the curse. Or maybe that was 3 weeks ago. We reversed the curse and took Brandon to beat Ball. And then hopefully the curse is lifted and we could get Abel to come full circle. How funny. I'm glad I make myself laugh. Saludos todos back in the U.S. How would training go, brother? Canelo's out. Dude, you've been calling Canelo for years, brother. Canelo's back. Nice. Paramount Plus. It's updating right now. What's up, Gasville? Member for OG JSB Insider right here. Member for 3 months. This is what I like to hear. Dwayne Styles styling on him. Vaquero got a nutritionist. He's ready. He looks ready. I'm hoping we see a level disparity. I think so. It's, if you want to judge Sugar Nunez on his last 2 fights, winning decisions in Japan, winning a decision against Chris Diaz-Veyes. Vaquero's always going to have that X Factor style. You know what I'm saying? He's always going to have punches at odd angles, awkward movement. He's really tough to time. He's just a lot to deal with. Also, guys, we find value in betting. When the books open, it's Sugar Nunez at $1. I think he was $1.35. That isn't that is so disrespectful. So it's like, how do I take Sugar Nunez at $1.35 when I think he's going to lose, and you're giving me Navarrete at plus money? So I think the books have it wrong, and we've known in recent memory, doing what we do, the books do get it wrong, and then that's why we do what we do. And that's why the swindler. That's where the swindler comes into play, baby. We gotta swindle these bookies. All right, Paramount just uploaded. The downside of maybe like 3 months ago, I bought a new TV, one of these Sony Brevias. First new TV I bought in a while. It's a beautiful TV. I spent a lot of money on it. The only downside is it updates like a phone. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, I mean, it takes an extra 3 minutes. Sometimes when you want to see the fights, the whole thing has to update. But it's one of my best purchases of the last 12 months for sure. My old TV was nice too, but it wasn't like this. Okay, where are we at? Chris Weeks. What's Chris saying? Stop. I got Navarrete all the way. I stayed away from the Abel fight. I think he might take a W. All right, so Kate, I don't have action on this fight. The books weren't offering it. This is round 3, 2 minutes left. You got Kill Bill, Taryn, and Kate. Catch weight 130 pounds. I don't know how you guys are scoring it. The Mexican looks tough. She took this fight on very short notice. And we saw Kate in the Contender Series. She's a tough striker. How you feel about the UFC fights? I'm watching them right now. We got one in. We need, I think, I did a 5-legger, so, or maybe it's a 4-legger, 3 chalk and 1 dog. And I like Lonnie Kavanaugh. I'm high on Lonnie Kavanaugh. I think Brandon Moreno, I don't think it's shocking to say Moreno's on the downside. And I'm just hoping that we have one of these prospects step up and put us. I mean, if you main event against Brandon Moreno and you win, you're no longer a prospect. They're already treating him like a contender even after he got stopped against Charles Johnson. So people think highly of him. I mean, Ilya Taporia was on the Joe Rogan podcast recently, and I saw the clip going viral. And Taporia gave Kavanaugh a shout. So like people think highly of him. Not only, dude, this is a barn burner, guys. There's a minute left. This is a firefight. If anyone's watching, there's a minute and 10 seconds left in round 3. It's a catchweight fight at 130 between Taryn and Kate. Taryn is the fighter that kind of goes viral on social media. Her nickname's Kill Bill, and she took this fight on short notice. I have no idea how they're scoring this. I got Abel winning too. I just don't see what. Look, Andre, Sugar's won our group money in his last 2 fights. If he's world level, will that style work at the world level? Just that weaponized cardio, a lot of volume, a lot of pressure, front forward, high guard, take punches off the hands, off the shell. Will that work? I don't know, man. And I don't know. I think, but that's what people like about him, and they like the knockout to win ratio. You know, you look at, and they like his nickname. I always talk about marketability. His name's Sugar Nunez. We got 15 seconds left. Both ladies are bleeding. Dude, it must be such a good fight. The announcers aren't even speaking. I didn't even know there were announcers here. Oh, back and forth slugfest. Barn burner, elbows, blood out of the nose, blood out of the mouth. Both ladies are slugging it. That was a freaking firefight. Holy shit, dude. Now, I jumped in at the beginning of round 3, so I don't know how you scored it. LBJ, we up, baby. Guys, wherever you're tuning in, we're floating between 50 and 70 in here. We're 20 minutes in. Like the video. We just hit in the UK big. We hit massive. We hit on our method of victory with Ursu on points, and we hit on our double plus 550. We took Ben Fail by stoppage. Shout out to Mike Tyler TV. So I'll pull up the gram. I want to show you guys why I always say it's not just about me. It's our community. Because if you would have tuned in, let me show you something. And this stuff makes me, this stuff is exciting to me. Okay, so that's Ursu, but watch this. Okay, watch this. Is that me? That's Zufa. I didn't say that. Okay. They're tripping. Okay, that was a fun fight. Right here. Okay, so if you would have tuned into our last live stream, I always talk about how it's not just me. I just am the big face and the voice of our community. But once you enter the Discord, you start understanding, it's a community effort. And on our live stream, yes, 2 days ago, read this comment. We were going over. I'll move my head. We were going over the Ben Fail fight, and Mike Tyler, who's a boxer in the UK, was supposed to fight Mason Cartwright, and the fight fell through. And he commented, he said, Ben Fail is live to get a stoppage here. Mason is punch drunk and has signs of CTE. I've watched how he talks. He makes mistakes against southpaws, and a good southpaw can see them. The Fail brothers could hit. So with that insider info, we built a parlay around this. We took Ben Fail at plus 300. Shout out to Mike Tyler. And then we added Ursu at $1.51, and then we built this together at plus 490. I mean, come on, dude. And we did that in real time in our Discord. So everybody got that. And I posted that on the YouTube as well. Skater, bro, the TV upgrade, mate, changed my life. Like I'm a simple man. I always talk about I don't need a lot of things. I don't care about objects or shiny toys. But when you go from I think this one might be a 70-inch. It's massive. It makes such a difference, especially watching fights. That's why I got it. And the Kill Bill won the fight. I don't know how you guys scored it. My books didn't have this fight, but Kill Bill won. Short notice, good on her. Ranvar Litter, appreciate you, man. The super chats are coming in, guys. I need to go live after our fights more often, dude. This is the most super chats I've ever got. You guys are really coming through for me, man. I appreciate you. For you, my brother, you can get yourself a nice appreciate you, man. That makes me happy. Good call on Phil getting the stoppage. He was sharp. Yeah, it came through for us, man. That fail stoppage came through. Catch you later. Ranvar, thank you, brother. I appreciate you too, man. BC. What do you think of Justin Gaethje versus Topuria? Is that official? I think Ilya, man. Gaethje's long in the tooth. I mean, I really think Ilya Topuria is that guy. Here's a little fun story. When I moved to Australia in 2013, I was the girlfriend I was dating at the time. I lived with her and her sister. They're really cousins, but they're from a Greek family, and all the Greeks kind of like grew up together in the same house, all the cousins. In 2015, we were at lunch, me, my ex, and my roommate Alex, and Dana White called her. So I was with Alex when Dana White called her personally and invited her on to the very first ever season of The Ultimate Fighter with all girls. It was season 20, and it was the strawweights, and her name was Alex Chambers, Astro Girl. She was my former roommate, and then I was her strength coach for her last. She fought in the UFC for a handful of fights. She fought Paige Van Zant in a co-main in Vegas. The thing about Alex is she was an atomweight, and she was an atomweight in the girl promotion out of the Midwest in the US, and she was already 35, 36 by the time this opportunity came. So her prime had come and gone. But I did her 2 strength camps for her. The Kylan Curran fight, I was octagon side in Adelaide. She was down on the cards, and it was in 2016, I think. She ended up getting comeback submission of the year. She was down like 14 out of the 15 minutes and then pulled an armbar. It was fucking amazing. But yeah, the girl fights are always. Yeah, Alex also fought. She got tapped against Rose in the house, and she fought Ashley Daly, who missed weight by 8 pounds. That's not bad harsh, sis. Eduardo Nunez is a bum. Nav is on my bet list against. This is easy money. Let's go, boys. Let's go. After that Patufo fight, all my stock and sugar went away. I think that's what happened, right? Hopefully, it doesn't come back to bite us. But I think that's what happened, right? People saw that because they got to see it twice. They got to see the style in Japan. Mishori, was it Rikishi? We saw him in Japan go the distance with the style, and then they brought it back to the States, and then we were like, you know what? That style is predictable. It's a predictable style. If you're in shape and you have power and you have long tools and you have a jab, you could keep that style at bay. Now we haven't seen it, and he's always going to be in shape, and he's going to be weaponizing his pace. But I think Navarrete, that matchup is perfect for him. I want to see Dalton Smith. Yeah, Dalton Smith impressed me, man. It's been a great day. I like Nav to win. Ooh, what's up, Brendan? We got a lot to talk about. Thank you, Tyler. So the Alex Hawley fight was canceled. The fight yesterday, why it's on our long parlay. It just hasn't in BoxRec. They didn't make it official or void it. So on our tickets, whenever it goes official, it's just gonna void, but the ticket will stay live. Alex Hawley versus Ignacio did not take place. The fight was pulled. I'm not sure why it got pulled. I'm not sure if it was due to illness, somebody missed weight. Can you put the green hat on for sale? I don't make these, brother. It'd be good if it'd be good if I made these. This was I bought the so these are very popular in Australia. This is an Australian bush hat. So to protect from the sun. So you go into the bush and I wear mine to the beach. But when I first moved here in 2013, the girl I was dating, her family had a farm in the bush in the outback, and that's why I got this. I never thought I'd be wearing it on a live stream. Oh shit! 8 cleared on my 25 leg. Look, let's go. 25 leg Mike Larry out here. Was that a bottle of Hennessy? Is that VSOP with the Henny? Emmanuel versus Eduardo. I took Navarrete. Okay. Okay. Barium. I hope you're right with that. I hope so. Barium boxing. He goes plus 300 for the Elijah stoppage. I know Parlin went the distance with Trinidad, but the rest of his resume is very thin. I took the fight not to go the distance, so I need a stoppage either way, a technical decision, something not to go the distance, and I win. That's the bet I made on that one. Guys, we're 30 minutes in. We're floating between 60 and 80. Watching a little bit of the UFC prelims. Douglas Silva de Andrade. He's been in the UFC forever. He's getting ready to fight. I don't think I have action on this fight. If you check the Patreon, if you boys are JSB insiders, or check our YouTube picks, our UFC parlay was a 4-legger. The first leg came through, and then we're waiting on the Imamal Rodriguez versus Kevin Borjas fight, the David Martinez versus Cheeto fight, and then the Moreno versus Lonnie Kavanaugh fight. Appreciate you, big dog. King of Fit, my boy King in the house. King, good hit on your double with the NBA, man. Good to see you back on track. I know the other day you took, I think you might have took the Hawks and whoever was playing the Nets. I didn't see I remember you brought it up on a live. What's good? Got Ursu money line, Francis Marshall money line, Vargas money line. The only fight I don't agree or that we're not aligned here is the Tamir Smalls fight. He's the favorite. I didn't put Tamir Smalls on any of my parlays because of the value play. It's a half unit value play for me. I actually took Abel to win. So it's not a popular pick, but hey, man, sometimes we got to be like riverboat gamblers down here, the Wild West. Javier Reyes versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. Tamir Smalls knockout. Matchroom is sacrificing Ramos. Additionally, Ramos sells tickets. Yeah. PBC, man. Brendan, good looks on the Benfield knockout. Got it. Nice. Good hit. We love to hear it. We love to see it. Anybody got any prelim action? No VSOP, John. After Trezor wins, I'm going to cash out. I'm going to tip you and 3D Big. Appreciate you, Mike Larry. Thank you for all you do. Regular. Yeah, I got into Hennessy when I. This is a true story. So I moved to Long Beach when I was 24. This would have been 2006. And then I started hanging out with my boy Kafaya and Grimy Mike in 2007. I met them at the LA Fitness on Cherry and Wardlow in kind of, they call it California Heights. It's a neighborhood in North Long Beach. I met them in 2006, 2007. That's how I know. That's how I used to hoop with Nate Dogg at that gym. The LA Fitness on Long Beach on Cherry and Wardlow. I used to hoop with Nate Dogg, Scruncho. Scruncho's a stand-up comic from Long Beach who played the assistant pimp in How High with Mike Epps. The Now Netta. No one say that Now Netta like you say Now Netta powder. But anyway, training with Grimy Mike and Kafaya. Kafaya was in a gang. He was in a gang called the TRGs. They were Cambodian, but it was more like a brotherhood. And all the Cambodian, the TRGs would drink Henny. That's it. We would just hang out and drink Henny and just get hammered. Boy, so every time I see that bottle, I get taken back to 2007, 2008. Oh, I used to be crazy. Dude, thank God I got through it, boys. So if you're going through it right now, if you're younger or wherever you are in your life, if you're going through it, be patient with yourself. Don't ever give up on yourself, man. You could get through it 100%. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in yourself? You know what I mean? But damn, that bottle of Henny, that just seeing it gives me a PTSD. What's up, Luis Martinez? Is Ocha fighting? This is oh, are you talking? You know what fight I need to see? You know what fight I'm worried about? Yeah, we should. I got Trini. People are trying to talk me out of my Trini pick. I like Trini Ochoa. And they're like, dude, he's going to get upset. I'm like, you keep that negativity away from me. All that little upset talk, I don't need to hear it. I like Trini. I think Ochoa is the guy. We'll see. Oh, Silva de Andrade drops Reyes a minute and a half into the first round. Barboza climbed to plus 200 because he lost to Teo, and Teo's stock, his fighter, dropped. That's a good fight, man. I've won money on Arnold Barboza. Look, I've won money on ABJ. I took him to beat Catterall. And then I lost money on ABJ because I took him to beat Teo. And then I lost money on Kenneth Sims because I took Sims in Chicago against Duarte. So I like both guys. I don't know where I'm at yet on that fight. It's going to come down to it's going to be such a technical fight for the guys out there who like the technique, the minutia of boxing. This is like a purist fight. You know what I mean? You're going to see some awesome techniques, some awesome counters, some great timing. You're going to see a chess match. I'm all for it. I can't wait to see that fight. I love that they made this fight. Now, that being said, where I'm going to put my money, man, I have to do some research on sparring partners, coaches. Did either guy make a coaching change? You know, both guys coming off of losses, points losses too. So like, there's one. Sometimes getting stopped isn't as bad as it sounds. There's another thing though when you're at the highest level. Either you've been a world champion, or you're right at the doorstep, and your style loses against another style. And so then you got to. That's what they mean. You got to go back to the drawing board and see what you could fix. The thing about Barboza Jr. is he's never going to be the most explosive guy. He's never going to have the most power. He's never going to be the fastest guy. But dude, Silva Andrade is in trouble here. He just gets dropped. He's on his back. He's trying to pull guard, and Reyes is pounding him out. There's a minute 50 left in the first round. And so with Barboza Jr., it's going to come down to, and he got sort of exposed with all of those physical flaws against a very athletic Teofimolopez. So, then it goes back, all right, what could I have done if I'm Barboza Jr. to beat Teo? Was it an executed game plan sort of thing? Was it a range issue? So I'm interested to see the adjustments he made. And Kenneth Sims Jr. as well. It's like, you know, you fought on the, you stayed on the ropes a bit too long. The optics of his style sometimes in a close fight. Silva Andrade is about to get choked out. Reyes has his back. He's pounding him out. And so I'm just interested in the adjustments. Before I put my money, I have a lot of research to do on both guys. Yo, Grimy Mike, boy. Y'all don't know about Grimy Mike, boy. Grimy Mike. Woo! Yeah, this cat was crazy. Dude. I'm just going to leave it at that. Motherfucker was out here crazy. Grimy Mike, boy. Anyway, I have to keep it PG. I have Arturo Boga for the stoppage. I like it. I like it. You know, there's a lot to like about Popoca, Cardenas. His camp, his youth, his energy, his style, body punching. How when he figures his opponent out, like when you rewatch the Caesar Vaca fight and you see how competitive. 10 seconds left. Andrade is about to get stopped. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, and they stop it. Herb Dean stopped the fight with 1 second left in the first. Damn, Andrade got that ass beat. So, what I was saying about Cardenas is when you rewatch the Caesar Vaca fight, you see how close rounds 1 and 2 were. And then you see the gap from rounds 2 to rounds 3. That you start understanding why 1 and 2 were so close. Cardenas was trying to figure out Vaca's timing. Cardenas was figuring out Vaca's rhythm. And once he figured that out and tasted Vaca's power and knew he wasn't in trouble with that, he knew he could plant his feet, take more risks, stay in the pocket, work the body. And dude, when he cooks, when he goes through the gears, he's fun to watch, man. I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to stay on track because in one part of my brain, I'm thinking about Hennessy, cocaine, strippers, Grimy Mike, and the other half, I got the UFC fights on. I got people texting me, so I'm trying to do both, boys. I'm working hard for you. I'm working hard for you. I got Quinones money line on parlay, Luke Mack money line. I like it. Fight to go the distance, Santiago Luga. King of Fitness, he's back. The big fella. Yo, Ohio Scruncho goes on Sean Porter's podcast. Does he? No way. Dude, I got to reach out to him. I had no idea. So Scruncho goes on Sean. See, I don't watch anyone's content, but Sean Porter's an Ohio guy. He's in my network. I could reach out to Sean. But I'll just message Scruncho on Instagram. That's crazy. I'll get Scruncho on the stream. I didn't know he does picks, man. When have BBZ fighters won upsets on other pros? No, Julius, you're right. It's a half unit dog play on my end. Half unit. Where the dog's at? Half unit. Clifton, the card starts. The prelims are on now. The card in the thumbnail. And then DAZN is going to start playing the main event. Trini Ochoa fights in an hour. So Trini fights Alvarez Guerrero in an hour. Cardenas fights Jordan Martinez at 12. Emiliano fights at 1. And I'm pretty sure Navarrete, Abel fights at 2. And Navarrete fights at 3. So we got a little bit of time. Big payday so far. Took Urso points. Phil knockout. Shawnee Shine, my guy. Hopefully you're enjoying the Discord. He's one of our newest guys in the Discord. Guys, we're approaching 400 in the Discord. How crazy is that? So wherever you guys are in the world, however you can support the channel, like the video, subscribe, join our Discord, become a JSB Insider. You can either do that on YouTube or Patreon. Whichever way you get access to our world famous Discord, baby. Let's go. Yes. So the only ticket I have with Navarrete on it is him on the money line. I didn't put that fight anywhere else. and I didn't pick decision. I went heavy. So full transparency, I did. That this is my biggest bet of the weekend is Nav on the money line. So I'm gonna be salty if he loses, but we're already up. Australia put us in the green. We hit big in Australia with Chanel Dargan getting the stop. Chanel Dargan, and then the main event stoppage. Both were underdogs. We hit a plus 560 there. We parlayed that, and then we just hit massive in the UK as well. We hit another plus 550 in the UK, and so I already put my bet in though. That was the first bet this week, 5-6 days ago. We're at the prelim showing. Did Hector Beltran fight already? I'm not sure, boys. I'm gonna. It is 10:30. I'm gonna go live one more time after the fights. We got Tyson Gray in the house. Before I do that, I gotta welcome our newest JSB insider, Tyson. Welcome. I'll send me an email. So Tyson, send me an email, and then I'll send you the link to the Discord. But now, Tyson, go on my YouTube channel. You'll see the members only posts. You'll see all my picks. If Nav was to win, you think the chances are high to win on point? This I haven't really thought about it, man. I don't want to misguide you. You know what I'm saying? My whole focus has been on Nav at plus money on points, or plus money on the money line. I could see him stopping Sugar, but Sugar's super. I don't want to disrespect Sugar and say that he's going to get stopped. So if I had gun to my head, I would take Nav on points. But listen to the chat. No, so PJ, take what I said with a grain of salt. My money is on the money line, and Sis says he'll go for the stoppages food. Guys, stay tuned, man. Good luck to everybody.